What's going on? We back. It's the Box Clean. Good morning. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the Lions Den Box Community, LDBC. Shout out to the YTBC and everybody in between. And talk about Regis Prograis. Talk to a few people. A lot of people, say he's a real player in the division. Some people say he top 2 or 3. Some people say they want to see him fight Mikey Garcia. I mean, it's a lot of hype around him, and rightfully so. He got a big punch. But, he hasn't passed all the tests yet. This is something he may know, or not know already. Prograis is one of those guys that's aggressive, that can dish it out. We know that. He got some okay head movement. I'm not a big fan of the head movement. Sometimes it's just too exaggerated, but that's him. It works for him. No problem with it. He got some good hand speed. He got some power. I mean, he's tough. He got his mentality matches his style. And a lot of times you don't get that. We talk about Adrian Broner. His mentality doesn't match his style. He's an aggressive, he's a power pressure. He's a power pressure fighter, by nature, but he wants to be a boxer puncher. See, in his mind, he thinks he's a counter puncher like Floyd or a boxer puncher like Floyd. But physically, when he gets in the ring, he's actually a pressure fighter. So he's best at being a pressure fighter, I just got off work. But Regis, it matches, but you'll know when it's really trill, and when he fights somebody that can take it and then dish it back out on him. That's the real sign of about a fighter right there. You really don't know. 3 things you need to know about Regis Prograis before you start crowning him the next this and that. One thing for sure, you need to see him taking on the chin for real from a good, legit, upper echelon type of fighter. Don't got to be the biggest power puncher, but a guy that got some accuracy, velocity, some skills. You got to see, is he able to take it on the chin? 2, you got to be able to see if he can go, the distance strong. He might have some stamina issues. He might fade away, late in fights. You never know. A lot of his fights is ended by knockout early in fights. And when you step up in competition, the guys that's more durable, you got to see if this guy can go the distance, you know what I'm saying? Or can go long in fights and still sustain that energy level, that power, that speed late in fights. And, what happens when somebody, he dishes it out and somebody puts it on him, Is he going to deter? Do we have the versatility to box on? Do we have a plan B? Is he plan B fighter? Or is he basically a classic pressure fighter that's just going to, pour it on you? And if it don't work, he going to continue to ram his head into the wall until he get knocked over or it just finally works. So, I mean, use a good, like I said, you want to see him step up in competition, and he's stepping up in the right direction. Which way is up? Is up for Regis Prograis. He's a tremendous talent, but like I said, you don't know until he gets into the ring with somebody that can dish it back on his ass. And then that can go the distance with him a little bit. You don't know. A lot of people want to crown people and say, oh, he this, he that, he the truth, he this, he that, and guess what? They get in the ring and they get whooped on. You be like, damn, I thought he was, oh shit, that fuck. It happens. So you have to, that's my barometer test for people, man. I like where he at. I like him. He's a player. But before we get to crowning him the best, can he take it on the chin? He has faced 0 adversity in his career. He got to step up in competition. He got to show that he can go some rounds as well, too, when somebody can take it and put it back on him. So a lot of people may just jump to the conclusion that, he can do that. But until you see it, it ain't reality until you see it in an upper echelon type of fight. So those are the questions that remain for him. It wasn't too many things that was answered last night for me, and Ndongo, maybe we overrated him a little bit, but, he closed the distance on Ndongo, who was pretty good at keeping range. So that's the most thing I was impressed by. I wasn't as much impressed by the power because I know what type of fighter he is and what he brings to the table. Him and Mikey Garcia, we could talk about that fight after the night. But he's in the unofficial WBC tournament. He'll be facing the winner Amir Ahman and Jose Ramirez for the vacant WBC 140-pound title left behind by Terrence Crawford for moving up. But I don't see too many people, that can probably take that type of power they're dishing out. Josh Taylor and him be interesting. But let's see how how these 2 stars, continue to rise up. Because please believe me, when these guys, Taylor and and Prograis and the Jose Ramirez of the world step up in competition, you know, you will see chinks in their armor. They'll go through some adversity. You know, I'm still impressed by Josh Taylor win over Miguel Vasquez better than, you know, Prograis win over Julius Ndongo. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Ndongo was already knocked out. But, you know, Prograis did a hell of a job, but it's still questions to be answered in my opinion. We gone.